Trader is in! Touchdown, Missouri! Caleb Grill, we saw him throwing it down in pregame warmups, and there he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Earning Our Stripes. I am Brock Gordon.
And I am Benjamin Duncan.
I'm
back.
Holy shit, he's back. It's not just the voices in my head telling me things this week for the first time.
Back, everybody. I'm glad to finally be back. It feels like it's been a while.
It has been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I did 2 of these by myself. I did 2 of these by myself. I'm so glad you're back. It's losing my mind. We have so much to talk about Mizzou related.
Yeah, we can't have Brock talking about the voices in his head anymore.
No, we can't. Because I had to edit so much out of that last podcast. That was just incoherent ramblings of me losing my mind. Anyway, Ben, how are you doing this week?
Not too bad. Got back from my out-of-town trip for work. Glad to be back home and in my own bed. It was nice having a hotel room to myself. But I woke up this morning and my back felt like I slept on a brick. So that bed at the hotel kind of sucked.
Yeah. Well, you're also back from Minneapolis from this past week.
I am indeed as well.
Where you paid money to watch a Big Ten West football game.
The only money I actually paid was my flight up there and back.
Still too much.
Yeah.
You went and watched a Big Ten West football game.
It was the most competent Big Ten West football game all season, I can probably tell you that.
I don't know. I think
it wasn't an Iowa game, Brock. It wasn't an Iowa game.
Listen, that bar's pretty low. But I was thinking, I think Nebraska's had a pretty competent game this year. Big Ten West-wise. Maybe I stand corrected. Yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I think Minnesota is still number 1 in the Big Ten West.
No, Iowa is.
Oh, yeah, because Iowa won this week.
Yeah.
But they played Northwestern, so that's why.
And, Iowa's only 7-2 right now.
Same as the team we're going to talk about today.
Yep, so let's just get right on into this one, shall we?
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yep. Mizzou women's basketball started. Yay! No. I'm not.
Basketball started. Yeah.
I'm not going to start off with that after we said the Band-Aid come ripping off. I'm not going to do that. That would be something I would say. No, fucking Northwestern Minnesota was the most competent Big Ten West game this year. 37-34 in overtime.
Northwestern Minnesota? That's a school?
No. Northwestern versus Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Most competent Big Ten West game this year. 37-34 in overtime.
Yeah.
So, there you go. I don't know, unless I could find a more competent Illinois game. Maybe we should
might be a couple of Illinois games, but...
25-21 against Wisconsin. 37... Ooh, that's several years ago. Good lord. 30... That's also a few years ago. God damn. Yeah, I think that's our leader, is that Minnesota... We're going to have to do that for BTT. We're going to have to give a Big Ten West Game of the Year award out. Anyway. Yeah, let's give... I've stalled for time for talking about this game too much now. I told y'all we weren't going to win.
Yeah.
it just was a lot lower scoring than I thought it was going to be. If y'all remember on the podcast last week, I said that it would be 41-38 Georgia. Yeah, I was wrong. But Ben was too. He had 28-24, Mizzou. Final score was 30-21. Bulldogs top the Tigers. Brady Cook, let's go through the whole song and dance I always do. Attendance was a sellout, 92,746 in Athens. Brady Cook, 14 of 30, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. One of them was a big man touchdown that sealed the win for Georgia. Brady also had 10 carries for 39 yards. Cody Schrader moves ever so much closer to having 1,000 yards. He's probably going to get it this week, as he had 22 carries for 112 yards, 1 touchdown. Theo Weiss, 5 receptions, 90 yards. And Luther Burden had the lone receiving touchdown for the Tigers. Tigers fall to 7-2 and are battling for second place in the SEC East, which they will do battle for this week against the Volunteers. Ben, thoughts and comments of the game?
I didn't watch any of it, as the Minnesota game was the exact same time. I just know it hurt watching the game that I was at, and then the team that I was paying attention to on my phone both lost at the same time, so that sucked.
Yeah, not great. Not great, I'll tell you that. Does this one hurt like the LSU game did?
No.
Okay. Because I know you, after the LSU one, you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to do anything about it. You didn't want to do anything with Mizzou for a while after it. Are you at least in a better place now?
Yeah. I mean, it is Georgia, and they're good. But, like, with LSU, I thought we really had a chance. I mean, Georgia, I thought we could do something like what we had done last year. But my hopes were just up too much, as per usual. And, yeah,
Well,
that's okay.
I think your hopes are going to be in the right place this week. As when I get to know your enemy, I will, why? I will tell you why I think you're going to have your trust in the right place this week. So.
Mm-hmm. In which I'll be at this game this weekend.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. All right. That wasn't the only sport to take place this week, though. Normally we talk about volleyball and women's soccer and all that, but we have 2 more sports to talk about now. Yay!
Let's
More
go.
Mizzou I get to watch.
That sounded painful.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no. That's just what I needed. Anyway, which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's go with the men's one.
All right. Your Mizzou men's basketball team tipped off the season, I should say, this week with a 101-79 point game. Let me try that one more time. Your Mizzou men's,
that's all, folks.
yeah. Your Mizzou men's basketball team tipped off the season with a 101-79 victory over Arkansas Pine Bluff, where 5 Tigers had over 15 points in the game. Noah Carter, Nick Honor, Caleb Grill, Sean East, and Tamar Bates all had more than 15. Aiden Shaw chipped in with 7, Anthony Robinson with 2, and Jordan Butler with 5. Last I checked, I don't know if that totals up to 101, but, I wasn't the best at math in high school, so.
And a win's a win. We'll take it.
Yep, first game of the year. This is the warm-up before they play Memphis this coming week.
And shout out to the guy in the student section wearing that one shirt. Don't know how that got on the television or how they allowed the camera to be panned over there.
Because it was in such small font. The shirt he is referring to, folks, oh my gosh, is a shirt that says "Fat bitches go to Kansas." No comment.
No comment.
No comment. Anyway, your women's team also tipped off at 11 a.m. in the morning.
Jeez Louise.
I watched this game.
You were awake for that game?
Uh-huh. I passed out during it, but I was awake for this game. Where your women got the 72-61 victory over the Belmont Bruins. And because I looked this up on Pee Pee Poo Poo website that won't show me the stats, I can't tell you how the women did. So. Because again, this is Pee Pee Poo Poo BS. I know that Ben has like the big news that came out of it, but I couldn't tell you everything else.
Wait, the big news of what?
The big news that came out of this game. But
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you otherwise, because this wants to be bullshit! The next game for your ladies, is on Thursday at home against Indiana State. Your men take on Memphis. After I finish burping, apparently. Good Lord. Take on Memphis Friday, November 10th at Mizzou Arena. Then the men will play Southern Illinois, Edwardsville on Monday, November 13th at 7 p.m. And your ladies will be in action again. Oh, they should be on 2 more times before we probably record. As they will be in St. Louis against SLU, November 12th. And at home against Northern Alabama on November 14th, which is a Tuesday at Mizzou Arena. I say that they'll probably be playing before the next time we record, because I don't know when the next time we're going to record this is. We shall see. It might be a Sunday. Who knows?
Who knows?
But Ben, thoughts?
Good to see both the men's and women's teams taking W's to start the season. That's always a positive note to hear.
I just like seeing the men's team being competent on offense and multiple players scoring 15 or more points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thrilled that Aiden Shaw played the whole game without scoring a point. Not thrilled about that at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, what can you do? I am in pain.
Welcome back to Jim Water.
What the hell? Tommy joined us there for a second? What the heck? Anyway. Ben, it's time to go through all the BS that I sent you on Twitter.
Yes. All right. So,
I sent him so much.
we have the latest bowl projections that have the Mizzou football team landing in the Peach Bowl against Tulane as part of the New Year's Six Bowls.
I'm fine with this.
I would actually love to see that game.
That's in Atlanta.
Tulane, that'd be fun because
I mean, the only downside is we have to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Tulane. I kind of like Tulane.
Yeah,
so
I would go to that
that'd
game.
be
I'd have that day off.
nice.
Would you have that day off?
It'd be New Year's Day, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would have that off. I should, at least, if I can remember correctly.
Ooh, interesting.
Dear God.
EOS in a bowl game?
Crazy.
That'd be crazy. That'd be my first bowl. Well, I shouldn't say my first bowl game. I went to a lot of the mineral bowls that were held up in Excelsior for D2, but I mean, like,
Yes, sir.
but beyond
That's
that,
a
like,
goated.
this would be like, of course you've been to bowl games because you know you're part of the marching band, but
Yeah, 2. And we lost both.
so what? The Gasparilla Bowl and the Liberty Bowl, or did you not go to the
What?
Liberty Bowl?
You want crack? I wasn't there. I wasn't there when we went to the Liberty Bowl. The last time I went to the Liberty Bowl was 2018.
Okay, listen, I don't. Whatever. Military Bowl, whatever the hell.
Yeah. Armed Forces Bowl.
That one, yeah. Dude, there's like 3
Yeah.
bowls that are named the same thing. Like, ugh.
Yes. But
Anyway.
next
your
on the list.
First one that you go that you won't be in marching band uniform. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Get ready for an epic showdown in the great outdoors as the Mizzou Tigers Club Hockey team and the St. Louis Billikens are set to face off in the 2024 Flyover Classic at the Centene Community Ice Center's Arena, host of the 2024 ACHA National Championships. I don't know where that is at or what that is, Brock. So
spell it again for me.
The ACHA National Championship.
I think that's club hockey.
Okay. And then
Yes, it
where
is.
is the Centene Community Ice Center Arena located? Or what's
Maryland,
outside?
Missouri.
Oh, it's St. Louis side.
Yeah.
Okay.
St. Louis.
Then, Eli Drinkwitz said in an interview after the Georgia game from this weekend that he was sorry for his sideline demeanor and all of the all the comments that he was saying on the sidelines, and that he said his emotions boiled over and got to the best of him, and he set a poor example, so he was sorry. I would have been upset too. There were some calls in that game that were a little iffy.
I could think of a few calls in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would have not have kept my cool either. That's why I'm not a coach, surprisingly enough, is because I can't keep my emotions in check. I would be double-legging a ref and just beating the crap out of him, and I'd be in jail.
Oh boy.
On the bright side, I'd be on, like,
Cody?
ESPN or something.
Yeah, you'd be like the fake high school on ESPN.
Oh my god. Dude, remember when we tried to come up with our own fake high school on Big Time Talkers?
Yeah.
And remember it was actually this time last year. Remember when we submitted a application to West Toronto Prep?
Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. We actually got a response back from West Toronto Prep.
We filled that out when we were in Tennessee, weren't we?
Yeah, that's why I said about a year ago. I also got into my car wreck about a year ago. Anyway.
Cody Schrader is a Bowlsworth Trophy semi-finalist. Let's go, Cody. He's the only SEC running back in the runnings for it.
Well, I mean, it kind of helps that he's, doing that when, let's see, what's his total? Yeah, he has 162 carries for 919 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.7 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no expert at that, but I think that's pretty good.
Yes.
Also, remember, the next great white running back for Mizzou is Christopher Cray.
Mm-hmm.
Or Anthony Favreau. Probably Anthony Favreau. Dude's wearing a headband. Oh, no. Dude's wearing a headband. There you go. There's your next great white running back for the Tigers.
The Mizzou football 2024 schedule is looking a little different than what it was originally saying it was going to be.
Yeah. So, read it off again.
So, with this new picture of the schedule, we have Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College, and then at UMass.
The game we're going to.
Oh, dear God. Then, all the other games are to be decided. Screw you, SEC. At Alabama, at Mississippi State, Arkansas, Auburn, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, at South Carolina, and at Texas A&M.
You know, when that schedule came out last year, I thought that was a schedule of death. Now I'm looking at him like, oh my God. The only real SEC teams there are what? Bama and
Alabama.
A&M?
Potentially Oklahoma.
I don't know how well they're going to do in the SEC.
I don't know.
But yeah, how many road games are we going to next year for Mizzou? Good Lord. UMass.
Yeah, Mizzou only has 5 road games.
I know, but we're going to the UMass game. We're going to the A&M game. I wouldn't be opposed to going down to Starksville.
Yeah, the thing with that and the Alabama game, I have band friends that want me there.
I mean, listen, I am open to it. Because what are Mizzou's road games? UMass, Mississippi State, Bama,
UMass, Alabama, Mississippi State, South Carolina, A&M.
I am open to going to all 5 of those road games.
That would very heavily depend on schedule and
yeah,
money situation.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I for sure know that I want to desperately go to that Oklahoma game.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's guaranteed that Oklahoma's bringing their band to that, and their band tubas want to meet me. So I'm going to that Oklahoma game at Faroe.
Well, I'm going to it because it's Mizzou, Oklahoma.
Yeah, no one's stopping us from going to that game.
No, I will look at my job and go, fuck you, I'm going to the game. Y'all were literally making a comment the other day that I don't take days off. Well, guess what?
Mm-hmm. It's funny how Oklahoma took DPJ from us, and then he literally fell off into oblivion.
Who?
The tight end.
Yeah, obviously he made no impact on me because I don't know who you're talking about.
Really? The guy who caught the 2-point conversion for us to beat Florida in 2021?
Oh, him. Yeah, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, he literally fell into oblivion and then got cut by the team because he did something abusive with a girlfriend type situation.
Oh, well, there you go. POS.
Let's see. In the Mizzou women's basketball game, there was an impressive college debut for Mizzou freshman Grace Slaughter in the 72-61 win over Belmont, as she had 10 points and 10 boards in 39 minutes.
There you go. That's the one. That was the impressive one that I said I couldn't find. So there you go.
And,
what a great name, by the way. Grace Slaughter.
Yes.
God, that's like a female wrestler name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see Tommy paying money to go watch that in, like, some local high school gym. She's, like, on top of the, like, one of the main people that they're saying is going to be there. Like, I could see Tommy doing that. And then he's, like, texting, like, oh, my God, Grace Slaughter's going to wrestle heavy flow or something. I don't know. And he's like, do y'all want to go? No, I don't.
In more basketball news, Hacky Sack Man had his own halftime at the Mizzou men's basketball game.
You're goddamn right he did.
He's an absolute legend.
He
follows me on Twitter.
I'm just saying, we need more, like, local stuff like that to be the halftime at Mizzou games. I will do a halftime performance for the Tigers. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do it. I'll, like, dance shirtless or something. I don't know. Ben will come too.
Tyron Hopper is a Butkus Award semi-finalist.
He's having a good year.
Let's go, Hopper.
He's having a good year.
Mizzou is the only school with a Super Bowl champion, NBA Finals champion, and World Series champion in the 2022-2023 calendar year.
Suck that Tiger dick, bitch. Come to Mizzou so you can become a champion on the next level.
And then...
By the way, hang on. Before we move on from that, like, that's an actually insane stat.
Yeah.
That out of all the schools, out of all levels, we are the only one with that. That's insane. And of course, those true sons would be Nick Bolton, Michael Porter Jr., and Max Scherzer.
That is correct.
Man, dude, just...
Scherzer has 2 World Series rings now.
He does, but, you know, none of them are with one of the local teams, so I don't care.
Sag.
I mean, to be fair, if he won it with the one that's truly local to Mizzou, I'd probably hate it, so... Ben did that on purpose. I know why. I have the receipt of him saying some things to Busch Stadium when we were driving by it.
Ew, yuck, ick.
I mean,
gross.
No, you didn't do the wheat thing, but it's pretty accurate. It was kind of more of this.
I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
It was something more along those lines.
Yeah.
God, just pulled back Discord up and that picture. Jesus, Ben.
That's who beat Mizzou this weekend.
I know. Delete it. It's gross.
You also know that the Carson Beck actually had shaved his head recently, so he's rocking like buzz cut right now.
Oh, I was about to say, what? He's looking like Josh Dobbs?
Not far off.
Okay, well, you know. If he wants to be G.I. Jane.
But, Jesus. You're so happy that I'm back recording.
Yes!
This week.
Yes!
But now on the last 2 things on my list, the old I-70 bridge across the Missouri River there at Roachport is finally no more.
Boo!
And the new bridge is finally complete and up and running.
Boo!
But, if you didn't know, not this past weekend, but the weekend prior, they shut down that portion of I-70 that Sunday morning and Sunday night, but reopened it during the day but they closed it in the morning and that night to blow up the rest of the old bridge, literally.
Stop making me sad.
Yeah. The new bridge sucks. It's not cool like the old one.
Nope. And that's what matters.
Yeah. And where's my phone? The last thing that we have that Brock had sent me was the origin of the MIZ ZOU chant.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not the last thing I sent you. There was one other thing that I sent you. And it was about the light show pregame for Mizzou.
Oh.
And how the new arena looks.
But do you think the new arena looks good, Brock?
I'm still upset that we don't have the Tiger Stripe scoreboard, but with everything else, I love it.
Yeah. I miss this Tiger Stripes on the scoreboard. But now onto the final thing of the MIZ ZOU chant.
So this was interesting. I'm glad that I found this, by the way.
Yes. From Reddit.
r/Mizzou.
Yeah. My dad always told me he was at the first football game that did the MIZ ZOU chant, and he was a sophomore in 1976, so it checks out. But during the 1976 football season, on a trip back to Columbia after beating the Buckeyes in Columbus, the cheerleading squad and marching Mizzou members were trying to figure out if Mizzou could have a catchy call and response similar to Ohio State's. We were seriously arguing about what type of response would work when suddenly a guy named Cedric Limmy, a mini Mizzou band member, said, "Hey, why don't you guys try MIZ ZOU?" Bushyhead recalled. It was like a giant light bulb went on. That's it. It took a few games for MIZ ZOU to catch on, but once it did, history was made. If it debuted the next home game, that would have been October 2nd, 1976, number 12 Mizzou versus number 14 North Carolina, which was a 24-3 win. But then there was a comment on that saying, I was at the game and remember one of the cheerleaders using a bullhorn to explain what they had heard at Ohio State and how they wanted to adapt that to Mizzou. I questioned the assertion in the article that Mizzou was falling out of favor to refer to the university since the band was called Marching Mizzou. Every alum and student I knew at the time used Mizzou to refer to the university. The one regret I had is that MIZ ZOU effectively replaced the old rip 'em up, tear 'em up, give 'em hell Tigers chant with each of the four sections in the stadium responsible for one of the four verses in the chant so that it moved around the stadium. The students were responsible for the Tigers. They were always the loudest.
Can you imagine if we still did that chant today?
Gosh, man. That
Holy!
say
Jesus Christ!
that would be crazy.
So I'm just gonna say that now. I want this chant to come back. I love the MIZ chant, obviously. But now I want that rip 'em up chant. Holy! Here, we'll get it started right now. Ready, Ben? I'll start us off. Rip 'em up.
Tear 'em up.
Give 'em hell.
Tigers.
Rip 'em up.
Tear 'em up.
Give 'em hell.
Tigers.
Yeah, I think that could work.
Nice.
You think if we tried to start that chant at the Seton Hall game, anyone would know what it means?
Probably not.
Maybe we should just turn it to, like our hottie toddy. Or Rama Jamma, Rip 'em up, tear 'em up, give 'em hell Tigers. Rip 'em up, tear 'em up, give 'em hell Tigers. Something like that, I don't know. Whatever. There's options there. I don't know. I think the chant should come back. There you go. We'll put that down as the question for everyone to say and respond to in the comments. How would you like to see the rip 'em up, tear 'em up, give 'em hell Tigers chant to come back? Would you like it in the straight up way that it had came back, or in like a hottie toddy? Hottie toddy, gosh almighty, what's the matter? Yeah, that type of way.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know the hottie toddy chant?
No.
That's Ole Miss. That's like Ole Miss's thing.
All I know is that Ole Miss people always comment hottie toddy on everything, and I'm just like, okay.
That's that's their MIZ. Is hottie toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we?
The Land Sharks, I guess.
No, they're the Rebels still.
Yeah, they're the team with no mascot.
Only because I don't think you can use a mascot. I don't think a team from Mississippi... It's a good idea for a team from Mississippi to have a mascot when their team name is the Rebels.
Yeah.
UNLV can get away with that.
I guess.
I don't think UNLV has a mascot either. But again, like, the best option that they had was the black bear as the mascot. And then that got removed for some reason. Anyway. Before we get to the mailbag, it's time to know your enemy, powered by bcardentertainment.com. The University of Tennessee Volunteers from Knoxville, Tennessee. Good Lord, my accent's going to come out pretty bad in this one. Tennessee leads the all-time series 6-5, with the Vols winning the last 4 games in the series. Head coach for the Volunteers is Josh Hupel. He is 25-10 in his 3rd season with the Volunteers, with a 1-1 bowl game record. Hupel was the offensive coordinator for Mizzou back in 2016. Volunteers beat UConn last week 59-3, which may have well just been playing an FCS school. Finally, we don't have a balanced attack offense this week. It is a run-heavy offense this week. First time I can say that this year. 280 passes to 355 rushing attempts. Starting quarterback for the Volunteers is Joe Milton III. 169 completions, 258 attempts, 2,017 yards, 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Running back room is led by Jalen Wright, 100 rushing attempts for 826 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dylan Sampson leads the Vols in rushing touchdowns with 7. Squirrel White, yes, his name is Squirrel, leads the Volunteers receiving with 46 receptions, 557 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ramel Keaton leads them in touchdowns with 4. The Vols run a 4-3 defense. First time I can say that it's that base defense in a long time. I can say it is not much more complicated than that. They have a roving extra offensive back. That's about the only other thing I can add on to it. Barron and Lott lead the team in sacks with a combined 8.5 point sacks. What the hell is wrong with me? 8.5 sacks. Hayden leads Vols in interceptions. He's got 3 picks, and Herring leads them in tackles with 58. The 2 common opponents, USC, which is University of South Carolina, and Kentucky. Mizzou, of course, defeated Kentucky 38-21, 17-point win. Tennessee defeated Kentucky 33-27, 5-point win. Mizzou defeated South Carolina 34-12, that's a 22-point win. And Tennessee defeated South Carolina 41-20, that's a 21-point win. That comes out to a net positive for the Tigers over the Volunteers. Also, Tennessee is 1-2 this year when going on the road. The University of Tennessee. Mailbag, Mr. Benjamin Duncan.
I am checking right now.
So I just pulled something out of my hair. Oh, it's my shampoo stuff. Duh.
From our K-State game from this year.
Oh, we got a new one? What?
That vlog. That vlog from 8 days ago. Ronald commented, "Thanks!" Exclamation mark.
You're welcome, Ronald. You're welcome.
That is it.
That's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's literally it.
That's fine.
We're currently sitting at 108 subscribers right now.
Hey, we broke it. Let's go. Look at us. Look at us.
And Mizzou is ranked 14 in the CFP playoffs right now.
So we only dropped down by 2. So that's about what I thought we'd do. So I can't be too surprised about that, honestly.
Ben,
So
we just caught our good.
About it, I guess.
Yep, it is what it is. All right. You ready to get into the predictions?
Yes.
All right. So, I've presented it to you. Tennessee is 1-2 on the road this year. They have scored more points against equal opponents to Mizzou, but have also given up more points as well. Ben, we already know it's going to be a sellout there in Columbia. You're going to be there.
Yup.
No doubt probably leading, I don't know which side you're on, but either leading the MIZ chant or leading the ZOU chant.
I'm not sure, but we will be, I believe, on the opposite side of the student section.
So you'll be on the alumni side, okay.
Yeah, that's what I believe, if I remember correctly.
Which is weird that I referred to it that way, but that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
Like, that's the alumni section.
the old people side.
No, not open. Screw you, man. You're an alumni.
Yeah, I know, I'm an old guy.
You're not. You're what, 22?
3.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You just turned 23. You're not old.
I was called by the people I was hanging out with up in Minnesota old this weekend. 'Cause they were all like 20 and 21.
Oh, listen. I hang out with people that are 26 all the time. And I get referred to as the baby, so...
The baby.
Not the baby. I'm not sitting there and I'm not going, let's go. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm still out here like I'm the youngest, so hearing you get called old feels wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to play Fortnite right now, yeah, you'd be called old. Getting on there and there's all these little kids saying, "Get cracked, motherfucker." Get wrecked, bitch. You know, stuff like that, but
Yeah.
anyway. What do you think the final will be for the Tigers?
32-27 Tigers.
Okay. If you listen to Big Time Talkers this week, you know that I've picked Mizzou to win this game, but I just don't say their name on Big Time Talkers. For reasons. We'll leave it at that. I'm going with... They gave up 20 to South Carolina. Jesus. While only scoring 7 more points than Mizzou did in that game. I'm gonna go with... Has Mizzou scored this many this year? Hang on. I'm about to say a number, but I want to make sure Mizzou hasn't scored that much yet. Or that number of points yet this year. What we got? We got 21, 34, 38, 39, 38, 34, 30, 23, 35. They have not scored this amount of points. I'm going to go Mizzou 33. Mizzou 33. Mizzou 33, Tennessee 21. Because Mizzou has not scored 33 yet this year. And I feel like that's coming up here shortly, that they're going to score 33, and I'm going to say it's this week. It's going to be a tough game. Number 14 comes into town to play against the Tigers. They're coming off a high again, scoring 59 against UConn. Mizzou's scheduled harder teams than UConn this year. So, I don't know. I'm going to go 33-21 Mizzou. All right, Ben. Yes or no, Cody Schrader will hit 1,000 yards this week?
Yes.
All he has to... He's at... I just said it earlier. Gosh dang it. He has... Load. He's at 919. He would need 81 yards against Tennessee. Does he get it?
Oh, Cody Schrader?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he gets it.
All right. Well, I do too, so that's good. All right. Does Brady Cook throw another interception?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Luther Burton have another breakout game? He was kind of held back this week. He was kind of a distraction for Theo Weiss to get open. What's your answer?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Luther's gonna ball out because I believe Tennessee's secondary this year is not good.
I mean, when
They're not the best.
when your defensive backs are leading you in tackles, it's not a great thing.
Yeah. Well, that just means that their front seven might not be the best either. So.
Well, I will say this. They have a great front four. They have a great front four. It's just they're just a weird team. That's the only way I can describe it. Tennessee is just a weird team this year. So right now, the matchup predictor says that Tennessee has a 60.5% chance to win this game, by the way. So, do with that information what you will. By the way, Luther Burton only needs 42 more receiving yards to get 1,000.
Oh, he's hitting that.
Yeah, I just looked at that now. I'm like, oh, well, damn. This is once again the game of the week this week. My bad. Tennessee is number 13 now, so my apologies. This will mark the 5th top 25 opponent Mizzou has played this year, by the way.
Nice.
They're currently 2-2 in the previous matchups against top 25 opponents. So, me and Ben think
the long sleeves that Mizzou's giving, like the long sleeves that you can buy because it's the military appreciation game against Tennessee. Like they've been doing such cool shirts, but this year's is super lame.
What is it this year?
For the military appreciation shirt is super lame compared to like the past 3 years.
Yeah, again, what is it?
I'll send you the design that's on the back.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, the Stealth Bomber one was the best one.
Yeah.
That was the best one, easily. So, anyway. Ben, what you got coming out this week?
I will be having the the LSU Missouri game, and then the Illinois Minnesota game.
Whoa, the LSU Mizzou game is finally coming out?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I had an article go up on the website, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Using Math to Figure... Or what was it? Hang on, I gotta say it right. Hang on, pulling up beatcardentertainment.com. By the way, if you have not checked out beatcardentertainment.com, what is wrong with you? You can find every single one of the Know Your Enemies that I've done this year for Mizzou. From Memphis to LSU to Kentucky to South Carolina to Georgia and Tennessee this week. The last article I just uploaded, as of recording, was yesterday. Using math to find the next MLB expansion cities. Ben, go ahead and give me a name of a city that you think the MLB should expand to or relocate to, and I'll tell you if they were one of my 16 that I picked.
Montreal.
Not on my list because baseball is America's pastime. So I only picked American cities. Actually, word for word, something I said in the article.
Lame.
Give me an American city that you think might be one of my 16 that I did.
Memphis.
Not on the list. I didn't
I'm
think
saying that is a joke.
Yeah, not on the list. No, I didn't think anyone would want to play in the Shadow Realm. So, but I did have another city from Tennessee on the list. I'll just give you a little, you and everyone at home, a little teaser. The team that ended up being number one in my math, I didn't think would end up being number one in the math, and it's not a city that gets talked about a lot for MLB expansion. Using math, Ben, who do you think it was that would have ranked number one?
Louisville, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 cities that I had on here, and you tell me which one you think it is that ranked the highest. Charlotte, Nashville, and San Antonio. Which one ranked the highest out of those 3?
Charlotte.
No. Again, this is how weird it was. No, Charlotte did not. If you want to find out the full rankings, you got to go click on the article and find out there. Like I said, it was a shocking number 1. Also, some cities that... What?
Oh, I'm just looking at stuff that was just released on the Tiger Team store. But, as you see that I sent to you, Brock.
The Florida shirt.
Which also... I thought I was originally going to that game because I thought my dad was getting tickets for that one.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not, and so that weekend for me is currently open. I might see if I can try to go to that game, but I really don't know.
I would think that'd probably be a good one to go to, honestly.
But then the big thing, I'm going to send you the link so you can look at these bad boys that were just released.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
That, I'm just going to say right now that 100% of packs are guaranteed a signed autographed card.
Oh, okay, Oh! And I'm in. Hello.
We're gambling now.
Hello. I want that Cody Schrader signed card.
I want the Cody Schrader signed blackout card, dude.
Wait, they're specific cards? What?
Yeah, 10% of packs include a specialty blackout card.
I'm seeing what you're talking about now. I don't see the Cody Schrader blackout card, though.
No, that's what I was just saying. Like, I would do anything for that card.
Yeah, I would love a... Man, I want a Cody Schrader signed card. I would have that thing framed, and I'd put it next to my Adam Vinatieri stuff.
A Mivis signed card.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I have to choose between Mevis and Cody, I'm picking Cody because for whatever reason, I'm more attached to Cody than I am Harrison Mevis right now. I don't know why, but I am.
Interesting. I wonder what the max quantity on this that you can order.
How much can I buy?
I'm seeing how much the store allows you to.
I'm just going through. I'm the add to cart. I'm still going. I'm up to 45. It hasn't stopped me.
80 right now.
I'd say it ain't stopping me.
Oh, over 100. Over 100.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta stop. Otherwise, I will buy that many. Anyway.
Over 150.
Okay. God. Anyway. Kansas City Mavericks.
It lets you go over 200. I'm not touching that. It lets you go over 200.
Kansas City Mavericks vlog with me, Ben, and Tommy from Halloween will be going up this week. Big Time Talkers will be going up for this week as well. Where it was just a weird one this week on BTT, wasn't it? Like, just genuinely a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
We were all on one this week. But, yeah. Where can be found on Twitter?
I can be found on Twitter at EliteTigerSports1. The E, the T, and the S are capitalized.
I can be found on Twitter at BrockGorton99. The B and the G are capitalized on that. You can follow B Card Entertainment on Twitter at B_card ENT. The B, the C, and the E are capitalized on that. Yeah. My mental health is doing way better this week than it was last week. And I think it's because I'm talking to an actual person this week.
Yes.
I don't know how those people that do podcasts by themselves do it. Because if I continued to do it, it would just be the incoherent ramblings of a madman.
Indeed, indeed.
So, until next week, where Ben will be coming back from the Tennessee game, and we have multiple college basketball games, many more college basketball games to talk about. We didn't even talk about volleyball or soccer this week.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah. Ben's just like, oh, yeah, we didn't. Oh, well.
That's okay. We can do an update next week.
Yeah, we'll do an update for him next week. I didn't talk about him at all on my days off, really. No, that's not true. I talked about volleyball. Anyway, I've been Brock Gordon.
And I've been Benjamin Duncan.
And as slowly and surely as my mental health is recuperating while having been here, we have been earning our stripes. Have a wonderful rest of your week, everybody. Go show out. If you're part of the people that have helped sell out this game for the fourth straight home game this year, good for you. Ben is part of the group that is of people, of true sons and daughters that have helped sell out the fourth straight Mizzou home game this year. Let's sell out the Florida game. Until next week, folks. MIZ.